Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Ross Cessna from Spiritual Phoenix Studios, and we are getting ready to do free one card readings. If you want additional readings, that definitely is an option, but the first one is free. We're just going to draw a card for everybody while we're kind of waiting for the calculate. Page of Cups comes up. So pages are about messages, cups are about your emotions or intuition. This is listening to your intuitive side, tapping into creativity, exploring some synchronicities. And one of the cool things about this cup is, or this card rather, pages in general, if you add 1 plus 1 together, which is the number of the page, you actually end up with 2, which would be the High Priestess. And that's kind of how this card relates to mystery and intuition. We have one person watching right now. Hello there. Would you like a card? First card is free, just so you're more than welcome to get one. Right now, I'm just kind of drawing a card for the collective. Okay. No response. I'm just going to draw another card for the collective. We're going to draw from the Oracle deck. And if anybody is tuning in, feel free to just ask your question whenever you want. And yeah, we'll go on to another card. New growth is coming up. This card is interesting because it has the yellow down there. Yellow is associated with the navel chakra. Navel chakra is about self image, self control. It is really about kind of how we see ourselves, and new growth is all predicated on that vision of ourselves, right? Now, the other color that we see here is the dark blue. Dark blue is a color of, what's the word that I'm looking for here? It's relative to the third eye. Third eye is intuition. So this is also listening to your intuition and having confidence to expand and grow beyond your boundaries. If you're just tuning in, you're free to ask a free question. So feel free to ask your question, and I'm happy to answer it. I was just going over this general card. Don't be shy now. I'm going to draw a general question while I'm waiting for you to ask your question then, because nothing is coming up. And if you have a question but you didn't want to type it out, you have 5 of arrows. This would be 5 of swords in traditional tarot. It's in reverse. Oh, Chanel. Okay, let's check it out, Chanel. So will you hear from Alex? Generally, this would be a no card. I'm going to say yes, but it probably won't be what you want to hear. There's a lot of tension and challenges on there. Yeah, Chanel. So here's what you got, right? You got 9 of cups. Nines are fruition. Cups are, this is a fear of having your emotions not fulfilled. And then you have the devil card. The devil card is generally like unhealthy attachments or connections. I'm not saying that your connections are unhealthy. What I would be saying is this connection might not be reciprocated, and that's how it could be unhealthy for you. It's something that I would be very, very mindful of. Will he reach out? You'll probably hear from him. It probably won't be good for you to further that, though. And in terms of his current feelings for you, it seems very one-sided. Hey, what is up? If anybody wants a card, feel free to ask your question. We're just going to draw a random card while we're waiting for a question, and it is the Star card. Star card is about really kind of finding your way. It is the light in the darkness. It is hope in a dark situation, and it is something pulling you forward towards a better future. So it might even apply to you, Chanel, in a sense that might not be what you wanted to hear, but it could be leading you to something better. Beautiful presents often come in strange packages, is the best way I can put that. We got 2 people in here. Would anybody else like a card? First card is free. Additional cards are $5. Anybody? Anybody? I'm going to draw another random card. Two of Wands comes up. So twos are about duality and balance. Wands are about desire or passion. This card is generally about being pulled between two different things that you want very, very badly and not knowing how to actually work towards it. And additionally, this card can be, what's the word that I'm looking for? It can be a catalyst to bigger things, I guess is the best way to put it. There's two people here. Does anybody want a card? We are just hanging out. Happy to give you a free card. This was just a random card for the collective. Don't be shy. Everybody, feel free to ask your questions. Jump on in. Deborah. Okay. I just drew this card. I'm going to still say what it says, Deborah, but then we'll go from there. I'll draw a second card for you, Deborah, but I think this is applicable to your situation. It's the Ancestor card. It's about tradition and belief. And the Ancestor card kind of says, if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. And in terms of what you had sent me previously, Deborah, I would say that you would probably hear from that person. Let me give you a fresh card, though. Hold on, let me shuffle this better because that card just came up. And then I'll get to you, Marie. All right, Deborah. Deborah, you got Queen of Stones. This is really a nurturing and caring woman. It really shows somebody who is very grounded, compassionate, kind, considerate. The one thing about that, though, is if you look, this person is kind of guarding a cave and looking out at this whole big, bright world. This might be a symbol of maybe needing to readjust your priorities in terms of the situation you had mentioned earlier, and stepping out and like moving forward, I guess. But that's a whole different thing. We'll get into that in your reading tomorrow. We'll go on to Marie now. Marie, so here is your card, Marie. Love card. You have 8 of arrows. So 8s are generally growth. Arrows are relative to swords in traditional tarot. This is normally about like escapism and disappointment. Hold on one second. I got to stop my camera from going ballistic here. That was not the right button. Sorry about that. It might not be bothering you, but it's certainly bothering me. There we go. Okay. So, anyhow, Marie. This card is about escapism and disappointment. Right now, it's saying that you're probably not going to find a partner that's suitable for you or that makes you happy. And it might be a time to step back. Or if you're in a relationship, this would indicate that you probably need to find a different partner because there's a sense of not being fulfilled. Okay. Anybody else have a question? Deborah, you're welcome. If not, I'm just going to draw a random oracle card while we're waiting for somebody else to ask one. I'm here till 7:30, so we got time. Oh, April. Yeah, I got you. And then Alpha 22, what's up? April, I totally got you. Hope everything's well with you and Soy. So, let me finish shuffling this up. Then Alpha, Taurus, current feelings towards you. Okay, April. You have King of Stones in reverse. So kings are normally about authority. Stones are pentacles in traditional tarot. Pentacles are generally the material world. So there's 2 different ways we can interpret this card. One would be that there is a boss or somebody who you view as an authority figure kind of not maintaining their stability or control of a situation. So there's a sense of loss of control. Or this could also be about you individually maybe not exercising the best self-control or willpower in a certain situation, and maybe needing to address that more so. Um, this can also be being controlling or exerting too much influence over a situation as well. So, in terms of navigating through that, if you look at the card, if you add the 1 + 4, which is the number of the king up, you would end up with 5, which is the Hierophant, and it would be the Hierophant in reverse. This is a situation where you might need to follow your heart and listen to what's right for you over what might feel correct in the situation. You're very welcome. And then we'll go on to Alpha, Taurus's current feelings towards you. Let's see. Okay, Taurus. What's Taurus feeling? So this is King of Arrows in reverse. This would be King of Swords. So kings are about authority, swords are about the mind. This shows that they are emotion over actual logical thinking in this situation. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's about you either. They're kind of confused emotionally, is how I would take this. They don't really know what's right for them. Let me draw one more card. See what else kind of comes up for you. So you have 3 cups. There's something that they're not telling you or not clearly communicating as well. And to me, this would be maybe not clearly communicating their emotions or feelings. There's a lot of emotions and not a lot of thinking here. And it's kind of ending up with yeah, Chrissy, I got you. We're gonna leave it there for you, Alpha. We're gonna end on that note because somebody else jumped in and I was giving you a little bit extra because, but we got Chrissy. And if y'all are watching on YouTube, a subscription would be helpful. I'm going to be trying to do these every day for at least 15 to 30 minutes. So I'll be here. And if you're watching on Facebook, yeah. The last one was about being routine and efficient. This kind of might say, don't waste your time, is probably the best way to put it. But we'll go to Chrissy. We're just going to pop that up there so everybody can see. Yeah. That just shows you the types of readings that I'm popping up. Anyhow, Chrissy, you got King of Bows. So kings are about authority. There's a lot of kings coming up. This is kind of wild. Kings are authority. Bows are desires. Thanks, Chrissy. What was your question, by the way, Chrissy, before I actually just rip a card off for you since you liked and subscribed? I'm going to leave this card there, but ask your question, shoot your shot, unless you just want a general reading. Wait a second for Chrissy there. All right, Chrissy, I'm just going to read you your card since I'm not hearing back. You got King of Bows. Kings are authority. Bows are desires. Oh, single, never been in love. This card is normally about being a visionary or an entrepreneur, and it's saying you might need to fall in love with a career or something that you're passionate about. It looks like you already might. But there's a sense of needing to fall in love with what you're doing before you can find the person that you are actually like going to be in love with. What's up, Libra Goddess? Thanks for the like and the sub. Libra Goddess, you got a question? Shoot. But yeah, Chrissy, it shows that you have to really fall in love with what you're doing and kind of center into your place. And then you'll find the right person. Because right now it shows there's a lot of different things that you want, and you're not really clear on which way to go on any of them. And you have to commit to one all the way. And love is generally one of the ones that you might want to focus on last, as challenging as that may be. Okay. Anybody else want a card? I'm here for like 15 more minutes. We're hanging out. We're having fun. I guess it's time too. All right, Libra. Yeah, we'll check that out for you. I'm going to say this real quick, and then we'll check out Libra's question. On Wednesdays, I do what's called spicy tarot readings. I've done it twice now. It's where I use Cards Against Humanity as oracle cards. So it's a good time. Maybe y'all should check that out. But we'll jump into Libra's question. Why did your ex make another Facebook? Was it to stalk you? Let's see what comes up. I'll shuffle a couple times. Let's see. Was it to stalk you? Cards say no for that. I don't necessarily know that that's 100% correct. Maybe it wasn't the entire reason. It might also be because he wanted to do devious things. So when we look at the cards, you have Queen of Bows. This is generally influence of desires, influence of desires in reverse. To me, this is more so him like looking for other people potentially and not wanting to have it on his main profile. I don't know why he would do that, but actually I do. When I was younger, I did shit like that. That might be the best thing. Then you have 10 of Swords in reverse. This is normally about like trying to start something new. Yeah, he probably made the other one to cheat on his other girlfriend, I guess. I don't know, because this one here is largely about like this would be about starting something new. And then you have 8 of Stones, so 8 of Pentacles. Eights are growth. Pentacles are generally material world. This card's normally about learning. It shows him like not learning a lesson. Probably just doing scuzzy shit, right? I wouldn't read into it. Hey, you're better off without people like that anyhow, right? Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, there's 2 people in here. We're going to be on for 13 more minutes. Somebody can ask a question. Don't be shy. Share this if you're on Facebook. Come on, get involved, party people. It's so hot in this room, even though it's only like 60 degrees outside. This room is always incredibly hot. All right, I'm just going to draw some cards and we'll go from there. So 5 of Bows comes up. 5s are adversity. Bows are desires. This is normally conflicting desires in a sense of wanting more than something else and it not being balanced. And this deck in particular, though, it's about empowerment. This is how sometimes the challenge that we face in pursuing what we want, that struggle can actually create strength, is the best way that I would interpret that. So there's a couple more people in here. Does anybody want a card? First question is free. You would love some guidance. Belinda, what's up? What's your question, Belinda? We got you. I got you. I'm here for you, Belinda. Where will you be able to move to another townhome where you can settle in? Let's see what comes up. Yeah, it might break your heart to do so. There might be some kind of challenge or setback because of it. 9 of Bows is fulfillment of desire, though. And then 8 is the Stag. This is traditionally the strength card. This is saying you got to be strong to get through it. But there is going to be some heartbreak or some difficulty first. So I hope that helps. You'll get out, not going to be easy. But I would say one of the things that I would work on is just visualizing the end result of everything, and it'll make the challenge better. Focus on your why when you're going through struggles, like why you keep sticking through it, and everything will be easier. Let's draw another card. Shaman comes up. This is the Magician. The Magician card is really about manifesting, bringing things into life. It is about power, creation. And the other cool thing about the magician is they actually command all of the other elements. If you look at the card, all of the elements are represented in the traditional magician, and by traditional I mean Rider Waite Smith. It actually is not the traditional deck, but um, and all of the elements being kind of control of emotion, control of mind, control of material world, in addition to control of desire and like learning how to channel will and all of that stuff is what the magician represents. We have another person in here. I am doing free questions, so if anybody would like, anybody who hasn't asked their question yet, feel free to ask your question. First question is free. That fell away earlier when I shared something else. Let me get that up. If not, I'll just keep drawing random cards here for 10 more minutes. 9 more minutes. Okay, we're going to draw another one randomly. Goddess of Water. So, goddess energy in esotericism is associated with passivity. Water is emotions. This is kind of allowing yourself to feel your emotions and navigate them with grace and intelligence and integrity. And if you look, there's a lot of orange in this card. Orange is relative to sacral chakra. That is all about creativity. That is about sexual energy. And there's this healing, intuitive flowing that this card represents. Other one there is you have the turquoise blue. That is really all about throat chakra. That is communication, as well as kind of the resonance that you give off. So there's a lot of energy there, right? A couple more people have joined. I am doing free one question readings while I'm waiting. Everybody bailed all at once. So one person here with me. I wonder if it's just me. We're going to do a bigger spread. Okay. So this is for the collective, kind of in closing. We have healing tools come up. Healing tools are obviously gifts that we have that we utilize to help other people in their own process or journey. One of the ways that we repair our own growth and expansion is by passing those things on to other people. And this also shows that healing tools, abundance is obviously abundance is the next card. That means a lot. One of the things about abundance is it's actually a mindset more so than it is a state of being. Like we are always in abundance generally, especially if you're in the world more often. Even if we have it rough here, it's not as rough as maybe some other places. And when we tune into the mindset of looking at how good things are, we begin to open up a new life. And that is kind of this rebirth here. And the rebirth is more so a sense of seeing life differently and being integrated into the system with a new awareness and a new compassion and understanding. And collectively, this is really saying all of us have an abundance of healing tools that can help bring other people to this new state of awakening. It's just really a matter of consistently showing up and doing the work and believing in ourselves more so than anything, right? Now we're going to do a tarot spread while we're just kind of sitting here chilling. So, this is learning to step into your power and actually fulfilling what you want and creating a shift or transformation. It's how do I want to put this? This is making me think of Carlos Castaneda. In one of his books, he had to jump off a mountain for whatever this is, this process of allowing yourself to get into an uncomfortable situation and then reaping this reward or benefit from that and allowing yourself to grow and expand beyond the limitations of what currently are. It's allowing yourself to ascend to a higher level of presence and being. And when we look at the quintessence card of this, you have 1 plus 10 is 11, 11 plus 8 is 19. 19 is the sun card. There's a point where you've invested so much in your own personal development and transformation that it's no longer about becoming more or accomplishing anything. It's really just showing up and allowing yourself to be and seeing how you navigate life. And when you do that, you're kind of tuned into the gift or the secret, right? Like that's how you access all of that energy, by allowing yourself to be vulnerable and opening up. And it's a little bit of a challenging process. And with that said, we are still on for 4 more minutes. So I'm going to shuffle these bad boys up. We're just going to do a random reading here and see kind of what we get. Okay. Did I not shuffle those cards? Yeah, I did not shuffle those. Wow, embarrassing.